So, the Pyeongchang 2018 Winter Olympics have begun, and I bet most of you guys are extremely excited about the men's hockey tournament, right? Well, maybe to some extent, but the lack of current NHL players representing their respective countries really does lower the excitement factor by a good bit, in my opinion. While the final of men's hockey won't come to an end for another 2 weeks, I thought I would briefly show you guys the rosters that I created using NHL 18 and compare them to a roster full of NHL stars, the key players to keep an eye on, and my predictions of if they will earn a medal at the end of the tournament. So let's begin with hockey's powerhouse, Team Canada. A few things to note when looking at the lineups for all these videos. No, these are not the actual lineups that the teams will be running. I just arranged them from highest to lowest overall in the game. Yes, there are going to be players that are on the team that I created that I either had to physically create from scratch, thank you KHL, or travel back to previous NHL games and copy their stats. Team Canada's lineup looks like this. On offense, we start off with former Boston Bruin Chris Kelly, former Vancouver Canuck Lyndon Vey, and former Florida Panther Quentin Howden. On the second pair, we got a very familiar face, former Calgary Flame and Vancouver Canuck Mason Raymond, Maxime Lapierre, and Rob Klinkhammer. Third pair, we go to Wojtek Wolski. Don't yell at me. I know it's probably not the way you say it. Pretty sure nobody can say his name correctly. Derek Roy and Andrew Ebbett. And then finally, we have Rene Bourque, Eric Odell, and Christian Thomas. So on forwards, I pretty much chose not to include Gilbert Brule and Brandon Kozin. As we move to the defense here, we have Cody Glaubuff and Maxime Noreau, the old head Chris Lee and Stefan Elliott, and then finally rounding out the defense core, Marc-Andre Gragnani and Carl Stollerly. And then on the defensive core, I chose not to create Chad Genoway and Matt Robinson. And then as we go to the goaltenders, we have a former Edmonton Oiler Ben Scrivens and former New York Islander Kevin Poulin, and I chose not to create Justin Peters. Now the good news about Team Canada is that a lot of their players do have some solid NHL experience in the past. And hell, the fact that even Wolski is going to play after suffering what looked to be a career-ending neck injury is insane. Over 5,500 total games played between these guys, and all those championships still show you that you shouldn't doubt this team from making some noise. The forward core doesn't really have that breakout star, but the depth looks pretty good. The same goes for their defense, being led by the 37-year-old man-child Chris Lee. Their goalies are okay. You should see Peters, Scrivens, and Poulin at their best, considering the last time we saw these guys in the NHL, they were playing behind some god-awful teams like the Arizona Coyotes, Edmonton Oilers, Carolina Hurricanes, Toronto Maple Leafs, and New York Islanders teams from a couple of years back. All in all, it's Team Canada. The name itself and fans should expect the best out of their team, and I think we can definitely expect them to make at least the semifinals and earn some kind of medal in the process due to the very weak Group A they were placed in. So as you guys can see, the overall in-game from the players that I created, Team Canada has an offense of 81, a defense of 79, and a goaltending rating of 76. And if we compare that to NHL 18's created Hockey Canada roster, they have 100 offense, 99 defense, and 96 goaltending. Safe to say, this Canadian team is a little bit weaker without the NHL stars on their team. So how do you guys think Team Canada will perform in Pyeongchang? Do you think that the absence of a true all-star will be Canada's downfall? Or will the insane depth of the team be able to help them squeak out some victories? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and next up we'll be taking a look at the Czech Republic team and their lineup. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.